Hello internet world, welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. In today's video I've got a really cost-effective solution for you if you don't want to spend too much on an Android smartphone. This is the Alcatel 5. It's available in a range of different colours, comes in at a really cost-effective price point without a contract as well. So normally when you buy a smartphone you have to sign up to a 1 or 2 year contract. With something like this you can buy the phone outright. It's very affordable. I've left links to where you can pick it up down in the video description. I'm going to show you this up close and personal, also run through the specifications, let you know my opinion. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuning in live. This is a live broadcast, of course. A big hello to Peter Westerland, Dean, Jonathan, Neil, Muttley, Anthony, Graham and Patrick Sullivan. Thanks very much for tuning in live, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching this after the live event, I know for those of you tuning live this gets very boring, you hearing me say this all the time, but if you are watching after the live broadcast then please do use the regular comment section below. If you're watching live you can use the live chat, and if you are new to the channel don't forget to subscribe. I publish a new tech video pretty much every single day. So anyway, let's take a look at the Alcatel 5. So this is what the smartphone looks like, and as I mentioned it's available in a range of different colours. You can get it in, I think, a gold colour. This is the black version. It's a very nice looking smartphone actually, apart from a couple of things. I've got a couple of little niggles which I'll cover off very shortly, but before I do so let's just wake this up with the fingerprint sensor. So even at this price point you now get a fingerprint sensor. This has got a 5.7 inch screen. It's 18:9 format ratio, HD plus, IPS display, so really good viewing angles as well. We've also got 4G LTE and octa-core CPU inside. On the back we have got a single camera. It's 12 megapixels, but they interpolate. Not too keen on interpolation with cameras nowadays. I know a lot of manufacturers do this, but it's 12 megapixels interpolated to 16 megapixels. It's got a dual tone LED flash, and then the front cameras, we've actually got dual front cameras, so two cameras up the top here, which is again really not that common with phones at this price point. We've got a 13 megapixel interpolated to 16 megapixel, and also a 5 megapixel front facing camera that's interpolated to 8 megapixels. 3 gigabytes of RAM, again at this price point, and that is more than acceptable. This comes in at under £200. That's SIM free unlocked. 32 gigs of storage as well, and a 3000 milliamp hour battery. We've also got USB-C on the bottom, again really nice to see. Normally with budget priced handsets we get micro USB, but we've got USB-C this time around. No wireless charging, and Android version 7 from out of the box. Not sure if it's going to see version 8, haven't had those details yet, but version 7 is still okay. Let's take a look at the user interface. It's got obviously Alcatel's overlay on the top, so it's not stock Android, but it's more than good enough. It's quite a nice sort of snappy experience. I think the only thing I've noticed during my couple of weeks using this, where you do get some frame drops and sort of slowdown or noticeable stutter, is when you're using the camera app. Now the camera app is good, but it is quite slow to focus, and I think that's something that I've experienced a lot of times with smartphones like this, is you do get good photos. Let me just put that brightness down a little bit. You do get very good photos, but you don't get a very fast focus speed, so the actual camera performance is quite slow. This is one of the photos I took during my test. I can't get this, look, this brightness doesn't seem to want to go down. Let me just have a look inside the there we go. Now it's gone down. That was very strange, wasn't it? Perhaps it was my studio lights messing with it. So let's have a look at these photos again. So we're going into camera and into gallery. These are some it's gone up to full brightness again. Very strange. I haven't experienced that all the time I've been using this during my review, but when we go into this gallery app it seems to want to go up to full brightness. That must be something in the settings, which is a bit of a shame because I'm not going to be able to show you these pictures very easily. Let's put this on the main camera because the photos on here are very, very good indeed. Just look at that. Very, very cool. Really nice quality. That is really good. That is of my shelf just behind me here. You can see all of my little figures. And that was done without studio lights on. So very, very good performance. Let's just scroll across. That's obviously the shelf as well. Very, very nice quality. And I think I've got another one. Which way is it? I think it's this way. I thought I took another one of these guys. There we go. Let's take a look at that one. That's of all of my, well, nearly all of my little Funko Pops. Really good quality. Very, very good indeed. And when you zoom into these photos, you can see where the interpolation comes into play. So although it's still got a good definition, you can see that's definitely not like a 16 megapixel sensor that's captured that. That's been sort of upscaled via the software in the smartphone. But this one here, that is a really good photo. I'm very, very impressed with that. Really good indeed. So let's take another look under the close-up cam just to take a better look at this. Let's go back to the home screen. So it's strange, when we go back to the home screen, the brightness does in fact go down. Perhaps I've got adaptive brightness turned on, but anyway, let's move on. We've got all of the Google apps pre-installed. These are the other apps that come pre-installed as well. So this is what you get out of the box. We've got the likes of WhatsApp, little game there, Spider-Man, Real Football, also an Office suite as well. So not too much in the way of pre-installed apps. So they haven't sort of filled this up with any bloatware. Google Chrome pre-installed as well. Let's take a look around the phone. So we've got the dual cameras on the front, a couple of sensors. We've got the power button just here and the volume rocker. This is something that I mentioned I wasn't too keen on, and that's just these sort of silver accents around here. I know they've had to try just to jazz things up a little bit, but just because it's cheap or budget sort of entry smartphone, you don't have to make things look tacky, and I just think this looks just a little bit tacky. I like this though. I like this sort of brushed effect to the back. I do like that a lot. Plastics top and bottom, nice curve. This is the SIM tray just here, and then back round to the front. Now just concentrating on the back end, this is the fingerprint sensor, so we just tap and show you how fast that is. So it's unlocked. Let's lock that again, and we go 1 2 3 tap, and it's unlocked. So not the fastest, but very, very accurate. I think I've had maybe 1, maybe 2 misreads of my fingerprint, so round about sort of 98% I would say accuracy on that fingerprint sensor. Now we'll take some questions in a very short while. Let's just pop this back up to a little bit brighter. The off-axis viewing angles are very good. We've got a little bit of colour drop off, obviously at acute angles, but the IPS display in this is really very, very good indeed. I think 3 GB of RAM is more than acceptable. I think the 3000 mAh battery is really good because it's only running a 5.7 inch screen, and you'll easily get a day between charges, so it's been performing very, very well indeed. And as I've said before, the actual photos that this produces, and the video in fact, is really exceptional, really good again at this price point. Just a little tiny bit slow when you're looking at focus time. So let's take a look inside the live chat, because I've seen quite a few questions come in about this phone. We have got loads of you in the live broadcast. Thanks very much for tuning in live. That is amazing. Let's see if we can get some more likes on this video as well whilst it's being broadcast, so hit that like button. We've got a question here not related to the phone. Anonymous user, is YouTube your primary job? No, I run 3 businesses in total, and this takes up a fair bit of my time because I love creating content. Anthony Graham, I remember many years ago having a Virgin Mobile branded phone. Yes, many years ago, almost 20. Wow, that is a long, long time ago. I remember that too. I actually remember having an Alcatel flip phone many years ago as well. Anthony Graham also saying it was solid and reliable, but how things have progressed, this looks fantastic. And for the price point, this is a very, very good buy. Very, very wise choice if you go for something like this. SJ15, morning Dave, I'm surprised you haven't gone to CES. Do you not go to those shows? I go to some shows or some exhibitions and events in the UK. I haven't got the funds, for one, to travel all the way to go to CES, and two, I can actually absorb the information. It's an onslaught of actually releases and launches of products, and what you've got to remember is what you're seeing at CES being announced. Let's just move this mic a little bit. What you're seeing announced at CES isn't going to be available for probably about 3 to 5 or maybe 3 to 6 months. In fact, some things that were announced at last year's CES are only just becoming available now. So although you're reporting and bringing news of new products that are going to be coming out, I'd much rather have product in my hand and show you the actual physical product rather than early versions of the product that aren't final. But I do enjoy watching all of the news and consuming it. So, yeah, good point. But I can't see me going anytime soon. There you go. Adam Blackman, Wildlife Photography. Good morning. Hope this finds you well. I'm just waiting for my Apple Watch to arrive. Congratulations. Awesome. Peter Westland, what's the biggest selling point for this phone? I think two, really. One, the quality of the screen I think is very, very good indeed. Again, exceptional. And I know I keep referring to the price, but exceptional at this price point. And two, I think the actual photo quality, so the photographs and images this produces, although you have to be patient to get good results, are extremely good. Again, at this price point. So it's not going to necessarily beat a flagship smartphone, but it's very, very close to that sort of quality. Shinibano also saying or agreeing that the photos look very good. And also Dean Jonathan Neal, camera looks very capable for what it is, makes me question more expensive phones. And I do agree. I do tend to agree. Flagship phones nowadays reaching over £1,000, and this one, or near to 1,000, a lot of them, and upwards. This one coming in at around about the £200 price point. So yeah, I do tend to agree. SJ15, turn auto brightness off. I'm pretty sure it was off. Let's just have a double check. Brightness. Yeah, auto brightness is indeed off. So I'm not sure what was going on there. But anyway, it is now sorted. You've seen the photos, so it is now sorted. Let's try that just once more. I've toggled it on and off a few times. It's going to gallery. Just turn. It seems to be working all right now. Maybe it just needed the auto brightness toggling on and off, but I've managed to rectify that issue. So it just needed toggling on and off, or off and on and then back off again. So yeah, good point. Turn it off and back on again, or in this case the other way round, and that seemed to sort out that brightness issue. Jim Pagan, hello from Austin, Texas. And Peter Westland, what's the price then? As I mentioned earlier, around about the £200 mark. There are links down in the video description to where you can pick this up for yourself. Art Dog asking, was this released early 2018? Not sure of the release date on this one, but I thought it was worth covering purely because the specs, when I was shown the specs by Alcatel, I thought, yeah, for this price point, it's well worth bringing you some details about, because it's a very well built phone. Yeah, the grade of plastics, it is plasticky a little bit, but the fit and finish seems very good indeed. That's just a personal thing, me not liking these sort of silver accents on the back. I think overall this is a very, very good budget end smartphone and worthy of your consideration. Either if you don't want to spend those flagship sort of prices, or indeed if you want a second smartphone, or indeed you've got maybe some younger users that you don't want to spend ridiculous amounts of money on a smartphone, then this is well worth considering. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions at all about the Alcatel 5, pop those in the comments section below. Please do check out those links to where you can pick this up for yourself. There's also a link down there to the Alcatel website. And also don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in another video very soon.